Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and here is my weekend look at the trends of the market for week ending June 16th, and today's Sunday, so happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And let's get right into it. We're looking at the S&P 500 weekly chart, and just a small up week, not a whole lot going on. We've kind of, after having a good breakout from this consolidation box, we're kind of going sideways last couple weeks. We did have some good volume this week. Other markets, the Dow, all-time highs, has actually hit an all-time high 3 weeks in a row. We got good volume. So overall, the market is looking really strong. The only weakness in the market right now is in the tech sector. We had that big pullback a week ago this last Friday. And if you look at the NASDAQ, we had the big down week last week, or I should say the week before, and then this past week, just a small down week. Nothing really scary here. If you look at this on the daily, we just kind of consolidated this week, so not overly worried about this sector yet. Other areas to look at, we have oil down for the 4th week in a row. Energy sector remains weak, but it is showing some signs again that it wants to find a base here. If we look at our energy ETF, second up week in a row, even though the price of oil has been down. And if you look at some individual stocks, look at Chevron, you had the big up week 2 weeks ago, and then this past week another follow-through candle. ExxonMobil same way, so maybe, just maybe, the energies are going to get a rally here, but we're still looking at a long-term downtrend in these. Let's move on to the metals. Gold and silver, just not a whole lot happening. Gold down for the 2nd week in a row. Silver, just another big down week, not looking good at all. And then we have our gold miners. They're pretty much stuck in a trading range here, so nothing happening in the metals. Now let's look at what's going on in cryptocurrencies. Yeah, let's see if I can bring that up, and there it is. Okay, we'll look at it on this chart here. This is from Coin Market Cap, and the thing that I'm watching on these cryptocurrencies is the overall market cap. We're at 109 billion. This is down a bit. As you can see, Bitcoin is right now at 2530. It had peaked at over 3,000 and then pulled back. We had a big midweek pullback. Ethereum was over 400 and it has pulled back, but Ethereum has come back quite a bit, while Bitcoin has not come back a whole lot. Litecoin has been another hot one. It's down over the last 24 hours, but this thing was hovering around 30 a week ago, so it moved up about 50% over the last week. So cryptos, after selling off, seem to be holding up well, but I think Bitcoin's reign as the #1 cryptocurrency might be short term, as Ethereum is coming on strong. Now let's look at our currencies. And let's see here. There we go. Okay, so we have, this is the past week, going back to last Friday, and New Zealand holds its lead, and the pound remains weak, but the pound has strengthened during the week, and New Zealand just kind of held steady. This whole market just kind of consolidated over the last week. The real major mover was probably in the Canadian dollar. It moved up quite a bit, which is kind of unusual seeing how the price of oil went down. You'd expect declining oil prices to take the CAD lower, but in this strange upside down market we have anymore, what should happen tends to not happen anymore. Now let's look at some currency pairs. We'll start with the most traded, the Euro US dollar weekly chart, and you can see this thing has gone nowhere the last 4 weeks. I mean, you got some interweek movement, but we get to the end of the week and we're just not moving at all. So not a whole lot going on here unless you're kind of trying to grab this on day trading, which is not something I like to do. I prefer to more long-term trades. Now let's look at some of our top strong week trades that I'm watching right now. We'll start with the current strong week trade, which is the pound New Zealand short. And there it is. And let's look at this on the daily. Okay, so it became a top strong week trade here. Let's move this up a little bit. And we actually scored 214 pips at its lowest point before we got the big pullback. But the 200-day moving average is showing resistance, and then we got a little bit of a down move on Friday back into the positive territory. So we'll see just how much more we can get out of this, but 214 pips is not a bad move off of one of these trades. The other one I'm currently watching is the New Zealand US dollar. Back this up a little bit. Here was our entry candle, and this thing made a high of 182 pips before it had the big pullback on Thursday, and then on Friday we got a little bit of an up candle, so maybe this was just a one-day pullback and we can continue to move higher in this one. We're not getting a lot of good follow-through in a number of these trades as the market continues to consolidate and go back and forth, so you have to grab your pips while you can and then move on to the next trade. Anyway, that's what I got for you for this week, and hopefully everyone has a great weekend, and I will catch you later on my thread.